Auctions are home for the rich, or anyone looking to spend a lot of money on special items. While many people have spent millions at auctions, there are some people who have paid sums that will leave you with your jaw dropping to purchase certain items that they considered precious. In this video, we've compiled a list of the most expensive things purchased at auction for your viewing pleasure. Sit back and enjoy this video till the end, because you will not believe just how much people are willing to spend on odds and ends. Titanic dress. Name a more romantic tragedy than the love story of Jack and Rose, who were both on board the ill-fated Titanic. We will wait. While the story remains tragic, it will go down in history as one of the most popularized romances in history. It is little wonder that a movie was made in honor of the couple. When the movie was released, everyone loved Kate Winslet's performance. The actress who played the leading lady, Rose, Jack's love interest, was catapulted into instant stardom. Men and women alike were enthralled by her performance, which is why it's no surprise that her iconic dress from the movie was auctioned. The red and black dress Kate, in character as Rose, wore when she first met Leonardo DiCaprio, in character as Jack, was sold at an auction for the sum of $300,030 back in 2012. Crocodile Hermes Birkin bag. In today's world, Hermes bags have become symbols of prestige, wealth, and class. And while all Hermes bags are regarded as choice accessories, some are more sought after than others. Decorated with 10.23 carats of diamond, the Hermes Himalayan Niloticus Crocodile Diamond Birkin 30 bag made history in May 2017. At a Christie's auction in Hong Kong, the bag was sold for 293,000 euros, which is approximately $378,074. The Audrey Hepburn script. We all have our favorite movie characters and we love them, either because of their acting skills, their funny lines, their good looks, or their overall amazingness. But fan love aside, never in a million years did we think scripts alone could be worth so much more than just the lines actors cram when acting. At a Christie's auction in 2018, Audrey's personal script for the movie, Breakfast at Tiffany's, was sold for a whopping $811,615, and it doesn't end there. After that auction, Christie helped auction off two more items for Audrey, a script for the movie My Fair Lady, and a white rotary dial phone. As expected, both items fetched substantial amounts of money. A drum kit. No, we're not kidding. In 2015, at a Julian auction, a drum set that belonged to English musician, singer, songwriter, and actor Ringo Starr was sold for $2.2 million. According to ArtNet News, Ringo Starr, who was renowned for being the Beatles drummer, used the Ludwig Oyster Black Pearl drum set in over 200 performances between 1963 and 1964, hence its fame and jaw-dropping price. A vintage camera. The vintage Leica camera is a rare camera to say the least, as at the time of production in 1923, only 25 units were made. Taking its rarity into consideration, it is a little wonder that in 2012, the Leica 35mm film model was sold at an auction in Vienna for $2.8 million, making it the most expensive camera in the world, as at the time of sale, it was believed that only 12 of the rare camera models still existed. The most expensive dress. Surely everyone knows Marilyn Monroe. But just in case you don't, Marilyn was an American musician, model, and actress who was famous for her blonde bombshell characters in movies. In May 1962, Marilyn Monroe performed for John F. Kennedy at a fundraiser event. She wore a special dress called Happy Birthday, Mr. President. Roughly 54 years later, in November 2016, the iconic dress was sold for $4.8 million at the Julian's auction in Los Angeles. Up until now, the Happy Birthday, Mr. President gown is the most expensive dress ever sold and purchased by Ripley's 50-year-old vase. The vase, which has been christened the Harry Garner Reticulated Vase, is named after its first owner. It was originally created in the mid-18th century for China's Qilong Emperor and was first sold at an auction in 1954 for $56, which according to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics is about $530 in today's dollar value. After about 50 years in a European woman's home, the vase was eventually sold in 2020 at a Sotheby's auction for $9 million. A Stradivarius violin. According to the BBC, this Stradivarius violin was once owned by Lady Anne Blunt, the granddaughter of Lord Byron, and it was crafted sometime in the 18th century. In June 2011, a music foundation in Japan organized an online auction where the Stradivarius violin was sold for an astounding $15.9 million. The proceeds were used to help the people of Japan who were devastated by an earthquake and tsunami that happened in March that year. A Patek Philippe watch. Before the Patek Philippe watch, the title of the most expensive watch was held by a Rolex owned by Paul Newman that was priced at $17.7 million. However, in November 2019, the Patek Philippe watch broke the record when it sold at a Christie's auction for $31 million. Following the expensive purchase, the proceeds were used on research for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Futeo Ox Dragon. The Futeo Ox Dragon was made by Irish artist and designer Aline Green. The Futeo Ox Dragon, which is in fact a chair made of leather, wood, and lacquer, was said to belong to Eileen's lover. Just before she died, the chair was sold to Yves Saint Laurent and Pierre Berga. As a result of the circumstances under which the chair was made, it is little wonder that it is now regarded as a love token and an icon for modernist design. The Futeo Ox Dragon earned its spot on our list when it was sold at a Christie's auction in 2009 for $28 million. Marie Antoinette's Pearl Pendant. At a Sotheby's auction in 2018, the most expensive pearl ever belonging to Marie Antoinette was sold. According to insider producers Rob Ludiker and Alyssa Pagano, Marie's pearl came from a diamond-studded pendant that belonged to the former Queen of France. At the end of the auction, the pearl was sold for $32 million. Sleeping Girl. Roy Lichtenstein is an American pop artist that was known for his colorful paintings. Roy has quite a number of remarkable pieces under his belt, but not many are as well renowned as his 1964 piece, Sleeping Girl. This breathtaking piece had previously been on display at the Museum of Contemporary Art in Los Angeles before it was sold. In 2012, at a Sotheby's auction, Lichtenstein's Sleeping Girl was sold for a little over $44 million to an art enthusiast. A Ferrari. For the love of fast cars, many have purchased Ferraris for high prices, but this particular 1962 Ferrari is something else, to say the least. At a Sotheby's auction in 2018, the Ferrari 250 GTO was sold for an astounding $48.4 million. As a result of its insane expensive price, this Ferrari 250 GTO is now regarded as the most valuable car offered at an auction. Blue Oppenheimer. To the Gemological Institute of America, this 14.62 carat diamond is known as Fancy Vivid Blue. However, somewhere along the line, it was named after its former owner, Sir Philip Oppenheimer, who was a leader in the diamond industry. In May 2016, Sir Philip's Blue Diamond was sold for $57.9 million at a Christie's auction in Geneva. Following this auction, the Oppenheimer Blue is now regarded as the most expensive blue diamond ever sold in an auction. Pink Star Diamond. According to the Gemological Institute of America, the Pink Star Diamond, also known as Flawless Fancy Vivid Pink, was the largest diamond they ever graded. In 2017, the 59.6 carat diamond was sold at a Sotheby's auction in Geneva for $71.2 million, making it the most expensive diamond ever sold. To top it all off, it was recently auctioned again, and this time it was bought by a Japanese jeweler named Cho Tai Fook for 490 million Hong Kong dollars. Sculpture by Alberto Giacometti. Alberto Giacometti is the Swedish sculptor who is credited with making the Chariot sculpture. According to Sotheby's, the Chariot is a transformative artwork from the 20th century created between 1951 and 1952. In 2014, the Chariot was sold for $101 million at an Impressionist and modern art sale. Claude Monet's Mules painting. Claude Monet is an Impressionist artist, and Mules painting is from his Haystacks collection. In May 2019, the Mules painting was sold at Sotheby's for $110.7 million. And while we're not sure if this information will help you understand the huge price tag on these paintings, you should know that the principal subject of each painting that makes up the series is stacks of harvested wheat. Elizabeth Taylor's jewelry collection. Hollywood icon Elizabeth Taylor's jewelry collection contained so many rare stones, including a La Peregrina natural pearl necklace. The wonderful jewelry collection was sold at a Christie's auction for $116 million in 2011. The money earned was used for Elizabeth Taylor's foundation. The Scream painting. Next up is yet another painting. The Scream is a famous pastel painting made by Edvard Munch. The painting was estimated to sell at a price of $80 million, but after a bidding war that lasted about 15 minutes, it was finally sold at nearly $120 million. The Scream painting was sold in 2012 at a Sotheby's auction, and according to Reuters, the Scream is the most expensive piece of art sold in auction history. The Bay Psalm Book. In 1640, the Bay Psalm Book was printed in the colonies by the Puritans of the Massachusetts Bay Colony, making it the first book they ever printed. Considering the book's age and what it symbolizes, it didn't come as much of a surprise that in November 2020, it was sold at a Sotheby's auction for $14.1 million. With that, we have come to the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Until next time, thanks for watching, and goodbye.